Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with the next episode of F1 2015 Career Mode. This is the Singapore Grand Prix and this is qualifying. You can see it's pouring down with rain here today. I might be wrong, but is this the first rainy session we have in qualifying so far this season? I'm not too sure, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyway, down into turn 1. We've braked a little bit earlier than the rest of them here. You can see we're bouncing around from about P8 to P18. That midfield battle is really close on F1 2015, from the Torossos and Lotuses all the way down to the cars like the McLarens. In terms of race pace, there isn't a huge amount of difference at the end of the day, so it's very close between us lot here. So here today we're hoping to be towards that front of that pack we were talking about there, fighting with the Lotuses, but maybe not. Maybe we'll be a little bit further down into the braking zone here. We brake a little bit later up to P5, but we run wide. We're down to P8 there. That's not a very good line through there. We ran wide there, and I think actually in races in the past you got a penalty for running wide there, so surprisingly for us there we didn't get a lap time invalidated, which you seem to do on F1 2015 if you run a little bit wide in some of the corners, but luckily for us we didn't. But this part of the track here is where I lost a lot of my time in qualifying. You can see here I was P8 a minute ago, now I'm down to P16 and we've fought up a couple of positions back, but you know what I mean guys, you can see this part of the track here I'm sort of struggling. The grip isn't in the car. I just couldn't find a good setup in practice here, so I found it really tough to actually find a car that I actually enjoyed driving around here in Singapore. Singapore's always one of those tracks where it's really tough. It's a bit like Monaco, but maybe it doesn't have such prestige, and I don't think the track's as entertaining to drive. So I always find Singapore a really tough track to complete. Was it 15 laps at, and it's nearly 2 minutes a lap anyway, especially in my driving speed. So, you know, including the pit stops in there as well, it's going to be tough for me. And you can see actually here guys, I did use a flashback here in qualifying. I don't ever use flashbacks in qualifying, but I have them turned on just in case anything crazy does happen in these races and we do need a rewind. So I decided to do that here because, in all honesty guys, I actually tried to do this practice session this qualifying session quite a few times, because I just got really frustrated with this qualifying session. I had no grip. You can see I'm bouncing into the walls as well here, and I just don't really enjoy driving the Singapore track, but I'm going to give it my all in the race and hopefully gain some positions. You can see at the moment we're down in P15, we've made contact with the wall once again, and we're a little bit sideways out of the corner as well. We're losing grip, and oh no, we've made another mistake here running wide. That's put us down to P18 and caps off a terrible lap there in Singapore, in my opinion. Well, I don't think you can really get much worse than that in all honesty. So P18, we've had a decent couple of runs since we put it up to the legend difficulty, but in all honesty guys, that was a bad result there in qualifying. But you know, you got to take the good with the bad, and hopefully in the next races we'll get better qualifying results. My teammate Max Verstappen there qualifies in 9th place there, 2.2 seconds off the leader in that session. And where did we qualify? 3.9 seconds off is that? I can't really see on my little screen there, but you know, I lost quite a bit of that in the last couple of corners, so maybe I could have done better. But anyway, it's race day, lights are out, and away we go here in Singapore. Increasing the downforce on the front wing straight away, because we need all this downforce so we can get in these rainy conditions here today in Singapore. Braking into turn 1, getting very slowly through turn 1. We don't want to get involved in any sort of accident. So through the first couple of corners, you can see I really wasn't really like pressuring the AI. I was just sort of like relaxing a little bit there and just giving the AI a little bit of space to make sure that I could get through when I actually had a bit of sort of space around me, because I don't want to go for dive-bomb moves and crash into people. It's not that fun. That's why I wanted to make sure in this race here today I tried to make clean moves and make it an interesting race for you guys, even if we don't have such interesting overtakes. But anyway, I'm trying to get past Kvyat here, who's a little bit bottled up behind Hulkenberg here, but we go for a move down the inside of here. We tried to get past Hulkenberg as well, but there just isn't enough grip in the car to get through there as well. And Kvyat actually managed to get back past as well around the outside there. So we were trying to get past Kvyat, but we couldn't get that one sorted out now. But we're going to try and get past Kvyat into this next couple of corners. Let's hope so. You brake a bit later than him here. We can look one way then the next to go past Kvyat. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. I was talking about trying not to be aggressive like that, but we actually ended up being a bit aggressive there, and we do get past Kvyat there, which is good. And now we're trying to go for a move here on Hulkenberg, because we tried to get past him earlier on, but it was a bit too late to go for that move. But now we have a bit more of an opportunity to go down the inside of Hulkenberg here. Ooh, he nearly turns into the corner. We managed to get that position off Nico Hulkenberg now, and that puts us up to 13th place. Now let's have a look at all of that again from the replay camera, because that first lap was pretty interesting. You can see the amount of spray was absolutely crazy down to turn 1. We did gain a couple of positions. You can see we overtook a Sauber and a Force India into the first corner, and then we were taking on our sort of chance to try and get past Maldonado there on the outside here. We're just trying trying to leave as much space as possible to the AI because we didn't want to get involved in crashes in this first lap. So you can see there, we go down the inside of Maldonado, quite a late move down the inside, but luckily for us, we maintain the speed through the corner and managed to stay on the back of the rest of the AI. So a couple of them going too wide in these crazy wet conditions. I would not want to be doing that. Then we set our sights on Danny Kvyat. We couldn't go for a move down the inside here because he was getting quite close to the back of him here, and actually Maldonado is challenging us as well from behind. But we go down the inside here of Daniel Kvyat. You can see here we tried to go down the inside of him and also Hulkenberg, but we just had no grip on the inside line. The outside line is always better in these wet conditions, so that managed Kvyat to get back up his position there, but we weren't giving up there. That's just a bit too easy to give up there on that position. So we really wanted to get past Kvyat here because this was a bit of a risky move here. Trying to go down the inside. We did manage to get that move done there. We went past him and there was a little bit of contact. He got a little bit sideways on the exit of the corner there, Danny Kvyat. But we did manage to get that move done. And through the hairpin, you can see we're closing in on Hulkenberg here. And it was down to this part of the track here where we were closing in on Hulkenberg and hoping to get our position from him that he saw we did get in the end here. So we braked incredibly late into here, nearly hit Hulkenberg, and then we actually just touched the wall on the exit as well. Luckily it wasn't involved in a crash in the end there. I mean, if Kvyat was a bit closer there, he might have actually got involved in an accident here, but you can see he left the gap down the inside there. Hulkenberg's like, I'll take that. That puts me up a position there. So you can see here, on to lap number 3. What is this in front of us here? There's absolute carnage. What is going on here? The AI, I have no idea what they're doing, but they're just all bunched up here. It's actually Kvyat. Kvyat is down in 20th place. He's just been lapped by me there. What has just happened there? I have no idea. But we just gained from, what was 13th to 7th place in literally like 2 corners. Well, I'll take it. I mean, you get a bit of luck here and then in these career modes, but I did not expect that. So I lapped Kvyat, I think without a front wing, is going around there, and he's just got held up by everyone here. So this is actually on board a lap ago with Kvyat. So what happened here? What happened? How did he lose his front wing down into turn number 1? Oh, he didn't. Sorry, it wasn't a front wing damage. It was actually a puncture. Danny Kvyat's got a puncture, a random puncture through turn 1. Very, very weird there. You can see Maldonado's going past him here, and this is the replay when Hamilton tried to catch him. Oh, there's contact. Hamilton tries to get past him and lap him there, but I don't know, Kvyat looked like he just moved across the racetrack here. Let's have a look at that from Hamilton's point of view here. So you can see Hamilton going quite slowly. He sees Kvyat in front of him. He tries to avoid him. Kvyat just turns across the racetrack, I think trying to get out of his way, but Hamilton and Kvyat both going at the same point to turn across to the right hand side of the track. And I find this quite amusing watching this replay camera here. Look at this. Kvyat, he mustn't be going any faster than like 15 miles an hour at this point. And look at these, the Ferraris are just trying their best to get past, but the AI, a little bit silly in this game, wondering, how do I get past this car that's going 15 miles an hour? Oh, let's just stick behind him. No, that's not what you want to do, game. You actually want to try and go for an overtake and see, why is Massa sticking behind him here? Is he like, you know, stuck to rails or something? Why can't he go past him? And that caused the whole queue up here. And I was like, okay, I'll just gain those positions. I did actually slightly corner cut there, and that helped me get past, I think, Ricciardo. But you got to take those opportunities when you can. Look at this. What is Massa doing? There's a nice old space down the inside there where he eventually goes for. But why does he wait like 5 or 6 extra seconds there to go past them? I have no idea. The AI a little bit silly in this game, but skipping ahead a couple of laps here, you can see Ricciardo has caught up to me. I've completely lost Massa. I have no pace in this track after my tyres did get a little bit worn here. So you can see we've got Ricciardo really close to us here. You can see on the left hand side of the screen is Ricciardo, the right hand side of the screen is me. So I don't know whether you guys enjoyed this. Maybe we can do more split screen stuff in the future. I don't know whether anyone else does it, but I thought it might be a little bit different. So you can see here Ricciardo goes for a move on me here down to the end of the straight here, but we make a slight mistake. We move across a little bit too much on Ricciardo there, and actually when I braked I sort of pitched a little bit to the right, and that meant I sort of hit Ricciardo there. I didn't mean to, but there's a little bit of a mistake on my part trying to get back past Ricciardo after he got that move done. But actually that put Verstappen up into 8th position ahead of the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo there. So actually now we're going to skip ahead a couple of laps, because this is when I was like, what is happening here? Because you can see on my screen, I was like, there's a proximity error, so I'm trying to go down the inside of me, but actually it's not. Ricciardo, actually I think it's the last lap of the race. Yes, it is the last lap of the race. Ricciardo decided to randomly pit. I managed to hold off them for the whole race, and then on the last lap of the race they decided to pit for intermediate tyres. Like, what is the point in that? That is just the silliest idea ever in this game. I've realised. I was like, why would they do that? And I know a lot of people have mentioned it in the past. Actually, now looking on the left hand side of the screen, actually we're seeing this whole thing from Verstappen's point of view. He has to wait a long time in the pit lane there for lots of cars to go through there. So Verstappen, his race is ruined at that point. He's lost loads of positions because he got held up in the pits there. But let's go back to my screen here. You can see everyone else in this race has pitted except for me. Like, why? It's the last lap of the race. Why would you pit for another time? I mean, as I said, I'll take it. You have to take these opportunities when you can in this game, because especially when you have bad pace in a race like this, like I did. But yeah, I've got to say, didn't have the pace to get points in this race, but I took it when I took the opportunity when Kvyat was just going around at like 15 miles an hour in the middle of the track. I took that opportunity to get past him, and then we were just really lucky with everyone stopping it. It really took the pressure off on this last lap here. So this last lap, pretty much just cruising around, as if I wasn't already. I was going really slowly, but at the end of the day, guys, it's interesting to see the AI make little weird pit calls like that, but it's put us actually like 20 seconds behind, 25 or so seconds behind Massa. We were actually like 50-60 seconds behind Massa before he pitted. So yeah, it's made us look a lot better than we actually did in this race. We had nowhere near the sort of pace that the AI did. So yeah, I'll take it. As I said, 7th place will be 6 points, I think, which we need for the championship, so I'll definitely take it. Obviously, you want to have good pace in a race, but you obviously also have to take the random things that come your way and hope that you can benefit on that situation, which is exactly what I did. So yeah, I'm happy sort of with 7th place. Obviously, you'd always like more, but at the end of the day, the pace wasn't there, and to bring home 7th place and have a massive gap behind me, I'll definitely take it. But on that last lap of the race, guys, even though they pitted, they actually gained 5 seconds on me in the the sectors they did as they came at the pits. They were still 5 seconds faster than me, at least on that last lap on those intermediate tyres. I had no grip, but yeah, everyone just look away from that lap time. Yeah, maybe that isn't too good. But anyway, guys, that is the Singapore Grand Prix. I don't know, at first I thought I wasn't enjoying it, but when you bring home points, when you know you really didn't deserve it, I suppose it's alright. Verstappen actually got a penalty as well there. That's a bit weird. He wasn't in the points anyway, but yeah, that sort of ruined his race, didn't it? They're getting held up in the pits and the penalty as well. Not good for him. But anyway, I suppose it's a good day overall for me, considering that bad qualifying results. And it moves us down to 6th place in the championship. Obviously, Raikkonen got a podium there today, which was inevitable. He was going to go past me, but we've got a nice buffer to Daniel Ricciardo behind, and it's unlikely the rest will catch. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been Axel out here. Goodbye.